I'm going to be using this tumbling tower game. You can find it at the Dollar Tree. It comes with 72 pieces. I'm going to use some painter's tape, and I'm laying out a total of 56 pieces. These just happen to be multicolor. I have 26 of the plain wood, 26 of the dark wood, and I'm going to paint 26 of them using Wise Owl Joshua Tree. And you just want to make sure you paint the front and all the sides. The remaining 26, I'm going to paint in Wise Owl Dried Thyme. I just wanted to do 2 different shades of green. Of course, you could pick any colors that match your home decor. And I want these to dry really well. Next, I have a small circle. I'm going to say it's about 5 inches wide, and I'm just going to use that as a template. I do recommend that you just get yourself a plan before you start gluing anything down, and that's exactly what I did. I took all the dried thyme, tumbling tower blocks, and wrapped them around the circle. And then I'm going to take the remaining ones and lay them on top of the spaces that we created with the bottom blocks. So you want to make sure that they can sit on top of at least part of the bottom layer tumbling tower blocks. Once I had a plan, I'm then going to glue the top layer down. Now, after watching me do this, you may come up with an easier plan. I'm using super glue. You can also use hot glue. And one tip I have is when you're doing your bottom layer, make sure they're almost touching. You want, a nice base for the top layer to sit on. So you're almost going to point them on a V. I took this round circle and I'm going to paint it. My video did cut out. What I'm doing here is I'm just spraying it with water, and I want it to have more of a stained appearance. So this is pretty wet. I'm adding the Wise Owl chocolate paint, and then I wiped it off with a baby wipe. I'm going to take a larger circle, place that on top, and I'm going to flip it over. So I want the back side of the tumbling tower blocks now facing up. I'm then very carefully going to place that on my hand and add hot glue to the back side of the bottom layer. This is very fragile before adding the hot glue. That's why I'm using kind of the circles as a guide. I'm going to then place my round down on the hot glue, hoping I get it nice and even, and I think I did a pretty good job. That's now hot glued and everything's glued. I'm going to dry brush some white over the green. I took some greenery that I had. This is just some faux pine needles. And I'm going to have one spray out towards the left and one spray out towards the right. And you can glue this in place, or I used my handheld stapler. I have a bow. I'm going to add hot glue to the back side and glue that down in the center of the sprays. And I did cut the tails with some pinking shears just to kind of shorten them a little bit, but this was a pre-made bow. I have these little red berries from another spray, and I'm going to use a total of 5 of them, and I'm just going to randomly glue them around the wreath. I'm just using hot glue to hold them in place. And then I have this Merry Christmas tag that came off of the spray of the pine needles, and I'm going to glue that under the bow. And there you go. I think this came out adorable. I hope you give it a try. Thank you for watching. Paint products, tissue paper transfers, mesh stencils, wood cutouts can all be found at chalkitupfancy.com. Have a great day.